Hello students, welcome back to Friendful Learning. Today our lesson is about rounding numbers to 10 and 100. Let's get started. So after this lesson, you will be able to round numbers to the nearest 10 and you will be able to round numbers to the nearest hundreds. First, I want you to familiarize yourselves with the counting starting from 1 till 1000 by watching this video, and also you can enjoy this game by visiting this link. Okay, now let's learn how to round numbers to the nearest 10. Let's begin the concept of rounding using symbolic representation. Rounding to the nearest 10 means giving the closest tens number. I leave this chart here so that you can pause the video whenever you want and work on this. Okay, also this poem will help you remember this trick easily. That is, find the number, look next door, 5 or more, add 1 more, 4 or less, let it rest. Okay, there is a trick always to work on this in an easy way. That is, always look for the stronger and the weaker numbers. When I say stronger number, I mean the number starting from 5 till 9. That is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So these numbers are considered as stronger numbers. Numbers ending more than 5 or 5 are rounded up. Okay. And then we come to the weak numbers. The weak numbers are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these numbers are considered as weak numbers. Numbers ending in less than 5 are rounded down. Let's have a look at some of the examples to understand this concept better. So we are going to round 57 to the nearest 10. So what is the number we have? Well done, it's 57. And always pay attention to the last digit of the numbers. Here, the last digit is excellent, is 7. So the next step is you're going to look whether this number is a stronger number or a weaker number. Always check this list. Keep it handy. So you can see the number 7 comes under the stronger number. So 7 is a stronger number. Now what happens? This number has lot of energy and it gives its energy to its neighbor. So what happens? Look at the trick. Oops! It's giving its energy to the neighbor and the neighbor becomes stronger and more powerful. So what happened? The number 5 changes to 6. And now the number 7 has already lost its energy by giving it to its neighbor, so it becomes 0. Okay, always remember, since we are changing, that is rounding the numbers to the nearest 10, it should end in tens like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. It should end in 10. So here you can see 57 is rounded to 60. Okay, now let's move on to another example. We have the number 23. Let's round it to the nearest 10. So what is the number? Well done, it's 23. And now always look at the last digit of the number. What is the last digit? Well done, 3. Always keep the list handy to check whether it comes under the stronger or weaker category. So there we go. It comes under the weak number category, and my number 3 is sad because it is weak. So it can't give any power to its neighbor. So what happens? The number 2 remains the same. Since number 3 falls under the weak category, we are not going to change the previous number. That is 2. So it's going to be same. So what happens? It remains 2 and the last digit number 3 changes to 0 because it has least power, and also it should end in tens. So 23 rounded to the nearest 10 is 20. Okay, so let's have a look at another example. Round 125 to the nearest 10. Here, what is the number? 125. And look at the last digit number. What is the number? It's 5. And let's check whether it comes under the strong or the weak category. Oh, 5 comes under the strong number category. So, the number 5 is so strong, it gives its power to its neighbor, and look what happens to the neighbor. It becomes stronger and it raises its score. Remember the poem which we read just a few minutes before. And 2 changes to, well done, 3, because it became powerful. And 5 has lost all its energy on its neighbor, and also you should remember that when we are changing the numbers to tens, it will become 0. Okay? Since we have to end the number in tens. So, here you can see 1 in the hundreds place. Just bring the ones in front of this tens. That's it. So 125 rounded to the nearest 10 is 130. Here I'm going to show the same example using the number line chart. So round 143 to the nearest 100. First try to find out this number 143 falls between which batch of numbers? Well done. It comes between 100 and 200. So I'm going to place that number 100 and 200. And what is the mid number? It's 150. Now place this number 143 at its right place. There we go. It's close to the center number, right? And now, if you notice, 143 is between 100 and 200, and it is close to 100 rather than 200. So 143 rounded to the nearest 100 is just 100. Okay, that's what we got in our previous slide, right? And now let's go to another sum, that is 675 rounded to the nearest 100. What is 675 rounded to the nearest 100? There we go. We have 675. Okay, since we are going to change the hundreds, then you will concentrate on the tens. What is the number in the tens? Yeah, it's 7. And look whether it's strong or weak. Well done. It's a strong number. Now what happens? There you go. The 7 gives its power to its neighbor. And what happens to the neighbor? Well done. It becomes more powerful and changes to 7. Well done. And then the number in the tens place has lost its energy giving to its neighbor, so it becomes 0. And then the number which is in the ones place, that is 5, also becomes 0 in order to make the number to hundreds, right? So we got 700. 675 rounded to the nearest 100 is 700. Well done. And now let's work the same on the number line. We have the number 675. First try to figure out this number falls between which batch of numbers? Which batch of hundreds? Well done. It's between 600 and 700. And now try to find out the midpoint. There you go. Excellent. It's 650. And now place this number 675 on the number line. Okay, there we are. So 675 is between 600 and 700. You can notice it is close to 700 rather than 600. Okay, so when we round this number, it is 700. That's what we learned in our previous slide. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed learning this lesson in an interactive way. And now it's your turn. I want you to work on these sums on your whiteboards, okay, and practice more. Thanks for watching Friend for Learning. You can subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Also visit our website www.friendforlearning.com. And thanks for watching. Stay safe.